Today I'm going to talk about Toyota's traction control systems and make it very easy to understand. I'm going to talk about VSC, TRAC, ATRAC, MTS, downhill assist, and crawl control, all today. Let's start with the one everybody hates and gives all of traction control a bad name, and that's VSC, or Vehicle Stability Control. VSC, or Vehicle Stability Control, is very simply oversteer control. It keeps the car from oversteering when you're going in a turn. That's that fishtail action that you get that everybody thinks is very fun when you do it on or off road, when that rear end kicks out. That's where everybody gets the notion that traction control is an electronic nanny and it kills all the fun. And therefore, on your Toyota truck, you should turn off all traction control if you really want to go off-roading or have some fun. And that's simply not true. The fact of the matter is, traction control in Toyota is split down the middle, and there's two camps. There is a disabling traction control, which is VSC, and that's the only one that's in the disabling side of traction control. On the other side is enabling traction control. So disabling, like VSC, it prevents you from having fun. It stops you from doing something. All the other traction control over here, such as TRAC, ATRAC, MTS, downhill assist, and crawl control, enable you to do something. They make it better for you. So we just said VSC is oversteer control. So when would you take it off? When you're going around acting like a hooligan, either on or off road, doing donuts in the parking lot, doing donuts off road, and you just want to have fun and feel that fishtail effect. Other than that, there's no reason to take it or to turn it off. So that's a safety feature. VSC is the only one mandated by government. It's required by law to have that on all cars in the United States of America. Now over here, we have things like TRAC and ATRAC. TRAC is a limited slip differential. Okay, here's where we're going to test our TRAC system, Toyota's TRAC system. Now it's important to understand the terrain I'm driving on, which is very loose, very kind of muddy in spots, but it's very loose, gravelly, and sandy and muddy, all back and forth. The angle of the terrain is flat, but it's loose. And this is where you're going to want your Toyota TRAC system to work. You're not going to want open differentials, and you're not going to want a full-on locker. Okay? What you want is in between open and locked, which is a limited slip differential, and this sandy, loose, gravelly stuff that people get stuck in. And that's what I'm in right now, and it's just working. Again, it's not on, it's not giving you any lights that it's working. You may hear the actuators every now and again, but it just works. This is stuff people get stuck in. Nobody ever comes out here because it's too loose and muddy. But anyway, the TRAC system is acting, both front and rear, as a limited slip differential. Look at this muddy stuff that people get trapped in. You kind of hear those actuators working, burp, burp, but it's not cutting the gas. It's just slightly modulating the wheel that's free spinning. But again, there's no forward momentum loss, and it acts just like limited slip differential. And again, in this situation that I'm in, you're going to want speed. You want to keep these wheels going. Look at all this muddy mess. And it's just going to sail right through it like it's nothing. This is such a sand trap out here. Nobody ever goes back here. And it just goes. In some markets, Toyota calls TRAC a AUTO-LSD, or auto limited slip differential, because that's exactly what it is. TRAC is essentially an automatic electronic limited slip differential. In other words, it's trying to mimic a limited slip differential. You leave it on. It enables you to get through sticky situations on or off road. It enables you to get through the obstacle. Now you don't have to think about it. It's default as soon as you switch the vehicle in four-wheel drive. So without indicators, many people don't realize that the track system in this situation is working. Whether you hear the actuators or not, it's doing its thing. ATRAC is it's poorly marketed, but ATRAC is a locker simulator. A better name for ATRAC should have been auto locker, just like they called TRAC AUTO-LSD in some markets. They should have called ATRAC auto locker, but they didn't, and it gets confused. ATRAC is a locker simulator. Okay, we won't get into the details, but that's its purpose. It's supposed to enable you to get through hardcore off-road obstacles when one of these wheels or two of these wheels or three of these wheels gets off into the air and you only have one on the ground. It sends power instantly to the wheel with traction. You keep them on when you go off-road. You don't want to disable your enabling side of your traction control. You get nowhere with that, and we see a lot of people making mistakes because they hear from somewhere that when they go off-road, hit that button that turns off traction control, hold it down for 3 seconds, turn everything off, and then they wonder why they're not getting anywhere off-road. It's because they disabled their enabling traction control aids. TRAC, ATRAC, MTS, downhill assist, and crawl control. MTS, what is that? MTS, or multi-terrain select, is just varying the degrees of the AUTO-LSD or TRAC system.
Multi-terrain select lets the driver tailor the amount of wheel spin allowed by the traction control system for better off-road performance across different types of low traction conditions.
So when you have your different modes, mud, sand, rock, etc., all that is, it's varying how much slip it allows the wheel to do before it limits that slip. Be here, but we'll find a safe section in a second. Perhaps I should have used downhill assist there. Anyway, downhill assist, again, on that enabling side. It allows you to go down steep hills off-road or on-road while maintaining control. It enables you. And now I'm just gonna take my foot off the brake. Downhill assist is on. The icon is on. I'm in low range and I'm in first gear. So here we go. And it's just going to kind of take me down this hill in a very leisurely pace. And the dash here is flashing the, it's essentially flashing the vehicle stability control button a lot, or icon I should say, as you hear the brake actuators going. Same with crawl control. It'll enable you to go uphill slowly and in control, or even on a flat surface slowly and in control, or if you're stuck in, say, soft sand off-road, it'll allow you to get out of that situation slowly and in control. Okay, here we see crawl control in action, and crawl control performs miracles. Now this is soft sand here. This is the worst situation. We live in the desert, and this gets people stuck all the time. A pile of loose or soft sand, powdery sand. It's almost impossible to get out of. But look at crawl control on this, I don't know what this is, a Tacoma Tundra. The point is it has crawl control, and it's Toyota. And look at it getting out. Boom, it's out. It's done. These are insane situations. Same thing going over here. I think this is a Tacoma now. And crawl control, again, this is a pile of powder. This is extremely difficult to get out of. The human driver without crawl control, it's pretty much impossible to get out of this. You just can't react fast enough, but crawl control does it for you. Boom, he's out. Next up is turn assist, which breaks the inside wheel in the direction you're turning to make you pull a super tight hairpin turn off-road. It is very useful. It is an enabling feature without a doubt. So the main takeaway from all this is every generation of Toyota that's been coming out lately gets a bad, not lately, in the past, every generation of Toyota forever gets a bad reputation with the traction control because of this holdover from way back in the 80s and 90s When Vehicle Stability Control, or VSC, gave all vehicles a bad reputation, and gave it this reputation for being an electronic nanny that ruined all the fun. And that's true. Fishtailing is fun, but it's not safe. But, as I said, all traction control is not the same. They're all under traction control, but only that VSC is in this camp of disabling traction control. The majority of your other traction controls are enabling. They will never take something away from you. They will always make it better from you. And that's the main takeaway. Turn off VSC if you want to go kick around and act like a hooligan. That's great. But for any other type of off-roading or on-roading, keep all that stuff on. It's going to get you through the situation. Gone are the days of this electronic nanny stuff. That's gone. That's antiquity. That's bad news. That's old news. That's mythology. It's done. Today's traction control systems are hardcore on and off-road, and they get you where you're supposed to go easier, faster, safer, etc. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a great, great day.